Here, let me play this myth clip real quick while I fix my chair. 1 second.
Oh. Your political compass. Well, fucking lib. Wait, am I really that far? Not. Oh. Your political compass.
So, Myth wanted me to give my take on this, but it's like, everyone's a fucking lib, dude. The political compass makes it almost impossible. You have to be like a real Nazi to just like even land here, okay? So that doesn't even mean anything. But I know Myth's POV in a lot of instances. So like, yes, he is definitely a leftist. But most people that are empathetic and kind, especially if they learn the terms and learn the political science behind it, will usually find themselves to be leftists. That's just how it is. That's my genuine POV. And it's also something that what do you call it? You should tell them to do this one. Left Valley's GitHub? No. I've done all those tests. These fucking suck. It's not that good. Yeah, it's just, I am a firm believer that most people who are empathetic and kind, especially if they have like not for Myth, this isn't relevant to Myth because he doesn't come from a working class background, but like, especially if they have like somewhat of a working class background, a lot of people are going to find themselves to be leftists if they get the proper political education. Okay? If they try to describe their values, if you ask people their worldview, okay, a lot of people, if you ask their worldview, like, and they define it and you put it into political terms, it's going to come across as leftist. It's like the concept behind the Bible, for example, right? If you look at the lessons of the fucking Bible without like religious interpretation or any sort of like additional bastardization, Jesus Christ is a fucking communist. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that because these are good values. The values are equality, helping, uplifting people that are marginalized. Like, you know, that's just normal, basic shit. That's why it's always laughable whenever Republicans will turn around and say things like, you know, ANCAP Jesus, and that's why we're good Christians, or they preach the prosperity gospel and shit like that. Meanwhile, you know, it's pretty obvious if you focus on it even a little bit that most of these religions ultimately are. Wait, hold on 1 second. Most of these religions ultimately educate people on good values. What's also funny is when Republicans like will be like, my kid's learning communism in school. It's like, dude, yeah, they're also learning sharing is caring. Like, do you consider that to be a fucking a bad value? Like, you don't want to teach your kid sharing is fucking caring? Like, are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe that they're teaching children values like sharing is fucking caring. What is this, communism, brother? You know? They're indoctrinating my child into sharing. So, it's silly. And it directly contradicts with people's, like, worldview that they aspire to achieve. People's best POV of themselves, right? When you strip them of their ideological clothing, when you shed them of their ideology and reach to their very core, most people are going to say, yeah, I want to help the poor people. I don't want them to fucking die. I think everyone should have a life of meaning. You know what I mean? Everyone should be able to have like an emotionally fulfilling life. And all of the intellectual patina that you put on top of that and the many, many years of indoctrination that you go through under a capitalist organization of the economy where every facet of education is still normalizing the capitalist dogma, teaches you that, yeah, sharing is caring. We have a different way of doing that, through charity, for example. But when stripped of their ideology, I personally believe that most people are good. And I personally believe that most people would certainly be kind and would have something closer to a socialist worldview than not.